What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Josh's Comics. Today, we're checking out the KingKon 5 recap. I'm going to talk about my haul. You can see these two books in front. You may know if they already are. And then I also have another stack right here. Mostly keys, big books added to the collection. I can't wait to show you guys what I picked up. So stay tuned to see some footage from the show, and then we'll jump right into the haul. Coming up on this next episode of Josh's Comics.
My first question
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like.
Welcome back, guys. So as you can see from the footage, it was a big con. It was, I want to say bigger. I think it was bigger than KingKon 4 last year. I know there was more vendors this time for sure. Pretty crowded. The footage you saw was pretty much about 2 hours after I got to the event. The event was from 10 to 4, if I'm not mistaken, or 10 to 5. But I got in at the early bird special. I got in at 9 o'clock. And actually, the first 100 people that's all they did was an early bird special for 100 people. It's like an extra $5. You actually got a free comic. Kind of got that at the last comic book show in New Jersey. But what was pretty cool was the first 100 people received Sanity, #1. I've been wanting to pick this up. I didn't get to it, but it's actually by a good YouTube channel, Swagglehawsh, if I'm pronouncing his name right. He kickstarted his own comic, and I'm looking forward to reading this. So I appreciate to him for giving out 100 books to give away for free. He's over on the West Coast, so he couldn't make it, but he was a sponsor of KingKon, so the first 100 people in the door got one free book. Really great. But going back to the con, it was definitely big. It was a lot. You could see some of the stuff, and I didn't even get. There was another section or a smaller room with about 6 other vendors was set up. I didn't video shot that, and in the middle, down the middle, I just did a long view video. I didn't go all the way down there just because there was so many people. But you guys saw some of the walls. It was absolute fire. One of the best shows here on the East Coast for sure. KingKon happens yearly. Usually around March, April time. Had a great time. Anyway, this video is going to go long a little bit, probably because I have so many books to go over. But let's jump into the haul. We're going to start off. I got these from Zap Comics. They were one of the last few stops I did. they had mostly just $3 books. They had wall books, but didn't have anything other really, like, mid keys or anything. I searched and I found a few nice variants that I really thought were really cool. From Daredevil issue number 35, we have a really nice Kingpin variant. And then Daredevil issue number 36, another variant. It says 1.50, so I'm assuming that's the 1 in 50 variant. Great Daredevil cover featuring all his costumes. With Born Again coming up in the news and everything, I really want to pick up more. Well, I did pick up Daredevil. Maybe not the keys exactly I wanted, but I couldn't pass these down for sure. Nice variant covers added to the collection. Moving on, a book you saw in the beginning when we first did our intro. Detective Comics issue number 569. A very nice Joker cover. I may already have this in the collection. I'm not 100% sure. The only reason why I bought it was it had a price sticker of $20 on it, but everything at the one booth was 30% off. So, couldn't beat that. I think it came out to like $14 or something. And this thing is high grade. High 9 grades of these are a bit pricey. So, I picked that up. Again, sweet just Joker cover. I love the original Catwoman costume. I could pick up, and like I said, if I have an extra great, I'll have to see. I've really got to get for my collection. Moving on, this vendor I stopped at, I only picked up 2 books from him, probably because I do a lot of his claim sales, and you saw him in the video, 360 Comics, our good friend of the channel. I picked up 2 books from him. One was a very nice variant cover of Harley Quinn issue number 26. You probably know why I picked that up. That is a sweet cover. I love these kind of covers. I think most people do. And it's like I said, it's a great cover. Poison Ivy, Harley, and just a little flirting, some action going on. Yeah. So I got back from him, and I also picked up another cool key that's kind of been on my radar for a bit, especially after the movie's come and gone now. Guardians of the Galaxy issue number 1. This is actually the first MCU Guardians in comic books. So here you have Drax, you have Star-Lord, Gamora, Rocket, pretty much the whole team from the MCU. Even though their first kind of team up is in Annihilation Conquest number 6, I believe, is their their first team team up. But this is their first solo book of the MCU, and it's a nice little book. Fun thing is this book was $40, and the Harley Quinn was $15. Joe said $40, and I paid him $45. So he pretty much took 10 off that, and it was a nice deal. But great cover and great issue to pick up. And this thing is Near Mint Plus, and will most likely be going in eventually, maybe to get graded. We will have to see. Moving on, this next seller I saw him in the preview show of 3 Men in the Basement, and he had some great books. And his deal was buy 2 books, get 1 free. Every single book was just $10. Okay? Like I said, so you spend $20, you get a free book. I got 6 books, so I spent $40 and I got 6 books. But guys, these are some nice keys. We'll start off with this one, and this thing is, even with a press, this thing's Near Mint. Secret Wars issue number 7. First full Julia Carpenter as Spider-Woman, and it's also the first battle between She-Hulk and Titina, if I pronounce her name right. We saw that in the She-Hulk show, but I don't think people buy it for mostly that. It's for the Julia Carpenter Spider-Woman, and she was played by Sydney Whitney or something like that. Her last name is very attractive woman, but she was He was in the Madam Web movie. That wasn't well received. I don't know if you're gonna see her ever again. I still think it's a nice little key though, and this is one of the free ones I picked out. Well, no matter what, either way, out of these next 6 books, I got 2 for you. But nice book that I thought was definitely worthy of the collection. This Essential She-Hulk, issue number 52. Now, this is pretty cool. This is an Adam Hughes cover. Believe it or not, it's Adam Hughes did it. Oh, what happened there? Adam Hughes, yeah, it's an Adam Hughes cover. I do like She-Hulk. I'm one of the ones that like the show. I thought it was very comic accurate, and I know it's everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine. But I like picking up She-Hulk keys. I think they're good to have, and it's something that I like enjoying and collecting. So, Adam Hughes cover, can't pass that up. Another She-Hulk, issue number 15 from the same run, and this is the first time that She-Hulk appears gray. I mean, I'm not, I might see it in the future, might not, but still, I think it's a nice little key. I do believe that's like usually about a $15, $20 book, and this one's a little bit pricier, but I mean, these books are all too, most of them are in the 9s, mid-9s, some are in like the mid-8s, but I mean, I couldn't pass up these books. Every book was $10, and then you buy 2, you get 1 free. Another She-Hulk from the Savage She-Hulk from the original one, issue number 6. I really like this cover, especially with Iron Man in there. And this is a Bob Layton cover. It's a sweet cover with She-Hulk and Iron Man in there. I mean, I was really surprised from these bins, from this collector, from the seller at the vendor. He had some great books in there for steals. I mean, for $10. So, great cover there, great artwork. I love that classic Iron Man reflection in the helmet. This book is a pretty cool one too. Peacemaker, issue number 1. I think this is his second solo, I want to say. Yeah, I think it's a second solo run. But first of all, it's a nice little key. It's his first Wolfgang Schmidt, which is Peacemaker's father, which we had him show up in the Peacemaker show. Spoiler, he's dead. But, like, nice little key. And it's also the first Project Peacemaker, which was a task force assigned to Peacemaker and watching him. Kind of like the show. So I really thought it was a nice little key and something to pick up. And some of the Peacemaker issues in this run are actually nice keys. And again, a solid book. I mean, some of these books I might have to look over, and if I feel like they really, really need to be in there, might go into CGC. The last book I picked up, it's not a key, but I picked it up because it's a great cover of some villains that I love from a run that I love. Batman issue number 398. And while he is fighting Two-Face, in the background, Catwoman is on the cover in her classic suit that I love. I love. There's something about her with the cape and then showing legs. I don't know what it is, but I love that cover. Whether I can find covers of her in that suit, or if I find variants that are modern variants with her in that suit, I tend to pick them up. Nice little issue there. And sorry about the sun. The sun's coming and going. We have clouds here in Delaware, so hopefully the lighting is not too bad when the video hits. So the next few books I got from Millhouse Comics. Millhouse is a seller on Instagram that I started following after 360, and Millhouse had fire. So listen, he had $1 bins and $2 bins and wall books. Well, I was told to go check out his $2 bins. I'm thinking, $2 bins, you might, at a con like this, I don't know if you would find gold. I found gold. Millhouse was, I guess it was maybe this inventory that he's been trying to get rid of, but man, I found some great books, way under fair market value. I mean, he had some great deals, and I had to pick these up. Daredevil issue number 16 from Chip Zdarsky from his first ongoing. That is a great cover. Fun fact, there's only like 29,000 and something issues ordered by retailers. So it's a bit more pricey because it's a lower print, and it's also a great, phenomenal cover with Elektra and Daredevil on there. I've been wanting to pick this one up along with a few other chip keys for a long time. So when I saw this for $2, I jumped on it. Another book that I've picked up quite a few times, Superman and Batman issue number 8. First reintroduction of Supergirl, and this is the second or third variant, I believe it is. But great drawn cover variant right there. And he had some of the Hush run. I've been trying to complete that run. I have the major books, the major keys, a little pricier, but not some of the other ones. And I managed to pick up issue number 610. I believe I don't have that yet. We'll have to check the collection. But great Clayface. Actually, you know what? That might be Killer Croc. That's one of them. It's either Clayface or Killer Croc. So that was $2. And then another book that I think's underrated in that run, and a key that I just like, 609 is the first Tommy and Elliot, and that's a big expensive book. But it's not revealed until later, a couple issues later, that Tommy and Elliot is Hush. And he's revealed to be Hush in costume in 619. So, I'm doing this right. Yeah, this is the first Tommy and Elliot in the Hush costume. First print. Okay. Underrated key. Then, Jim Lee did a couple variants. 619, the Jim Lee Villains variant, which is a trifold, which if you open this up, the trifold, 3 pages come out of all his Batman's rogues. Alright. But he also had 619 of the Allies cover, so it's a trifold of all of Batman's allies together in the trifold. All Jim Lee artwork right here, man. So, couldn't pass that up. All 3 versions. And like I said, I mean, this book is, it's a little expensive. Like $10-15. But I feel like as it's the first Tommy Elliot in the Hush costume, it should be worth more than what it is. And I feel like it's an underrated key. The last book I picked up from Millhouse, $2. I couldn't pass this one up either. High grade, new mint. Detective Comics, issue number 737. Third appearance of Harley Quinn and the main DC Comics story universe. So there we go. Her first one being Harley Quinn. Is it Harley Quinn number 1? No, not Harley Quinn. It's the Alex Ross cover, which is on my want list. But yeah, this is her third appearance ever in the mainstream DCU continuity, not the animated show. So, nice little pricey book. Joker cover as well. Could not pass that up for $2. Moving on to the last vendor I hit up, my good friend Paul from Brixo Comics. He had some great stuff. Oh, sorry, Brixon Comics. His name changes from time to time. Anyway, I was going to see him about an ASM book. I ended up passing on it. But I looked through his bins and I picked up some good stuff. So earlier we talked about Daredevil. Well, I got some juicy Frank Miller stuff going on here. Issue number 81 of Daredevil, The Man Without Fear. And this begins the Daredevil and Black Widow ongoing team up. Also their first appearance, or meeting, I believe. And in story, they would become a love interest. And I kind of wish we would have saw that in the MCU. Obviously not. I mean, they could always push it back, and maybe, Black Widow's sister could have something with Matt. We'll have to see what happens, but I feel like it's one of those one of those relationships that we didn't get on the screen that we should have. It's kind of also like because Black Widow would then go on to date Bucky Barnes, who would become Captain America in comics, and we didn't get that obviously. Though it was a little bit hinted at in the beginning. But anyway, so great team up. Love that cover too. A book that's been on my want list, and more Daredevil keys. Issue number 169. Great Bullseye cover, but it's also the second appearance of Elektra. Well, what is happening here? Yeah, it's second appearance of Elektra, and 168. Picked it up a few weeks ago. So, of course, I wanted to bang out some of the other Elektra keys. So, yeah, her second full appearance, or her second appearance would come in, obviously, the issue after in 169. Nice. And Bullseye's on the cover. Just like how Bullseye would show up in issue number 131, and then 132, he'd make a second appearance. But I also went ahead and got Elektra's third appearance. Now, what's interesting is she jumps up. It takes about 4 or 5 issues for her to come back. Issue number 174, but it's also a nice little key. Not only is it her third appearance in comics, but it's also the first appearance of the Han, an assassination group that we would see throughout the shows and the movies. And nice little key. So I decided to go ahead and pick that up. And then I also got the classic. By the way, 80 was also the one you saw in the beginning, if I have to mention that. Daredevil issue number 179. I've been wanting to get this for a while. This is a classic, this Frank Miller goodness cover with Elektra on the cover, yellow background. I love the way how the knife is going up and cutting through Daredevil's mask, and Elektra just looks great on the cover. And like I said, it's classic Frank Miller, so I couldn't pass that up. All great keys. But I picked up one more book from Paul. And this book is, it goes to the Rogue Gallery, for sure. Batman issue number 357. I'm not the biggest fan of this cover, but it's a nice key. So, 350, yeah, look at the glare on that. Sorry for the lighting. So this is, it's interesting about this key. So it's considered the first cameo of Jason Todd, second cameo of Killer Croc. Now, CGC notes it as the first full appearance of Jason Todd and first full appearance of Killer Croc. It's debatable. And it's also interesting to note that Jason Todd's description in the book is not the same as his reintroduction later after one of the Infinite Crisis runs or whatever happened. So, you can say what you want about the book. I mean, I guess in reality, I guess if CGC notes it as the first Killer Croc and Jason Todd, because you could easily make argument that the first Killer Croc, I believe, is Detective Comics 524, if I'm not mistaken, or 525, something like that. I'm happy to have this. This book only cost $100. And, I mean, I bundled it up. It came out to like $210. I think Paul said $190, so he gave me like $30 off. But this is a great key, guys. I'm happy to add this to the collection. It's going in. So this is a, it's got up top, it's got about one baby color breaking spine tick. And then in the back, I don't think it's ink or anything, but in the back, I mean, it pretty much just needs a press and a little clean, and this thing's 9.6. So for $100, why not? I don't know, maybe I get lucky and get the 9.9. Doubt it, but we'll see. Anyway, guys, I just want to say thank you for watching. I had a fantastic time at KingKon. I'm going back again next year. check it out if you're here on the East Coast. It's this time it was in Park Ridge, New Jersey, so it's literally like we were a couple miles from going into New York. I mean, that's how close we were up there, and it was, in a way, was nicer because it means more vendors, so more great books. B, it's better for the vendors too because we got more people coming out from Connecticut now, New York. Tons of people from New Jersey and Delaware and PA, of course. So it makes it more centered. For me, it was a longer drive. The original show was about an hour and 40-something minutes away from me. This is about a 2.5-hour drive. So I was up about 5 in the morning just so I can get there at the early bird special. But it was also a bit of a long weekend. While this haul is dropping today on Tuesday, I have another haul video dropping on Friday or Saturday, most likely Friday. The local Philadelphia Comic-Con near the airport happened on Sunday, while KingKon happened Saturday. Double header for me. I've never done 2 cons back to back. Long weekend, but you definitely want to check out the other video coming out later this week. I picked up another book off of my want list. It's a big Marvel key, and that's all I'm gonna say at that. I can't wait to show that book off. It's a big one. I'm happy to own, but we will talk about that later during the week. Or if you follow me on Instagram, you probably either I've already posted up over the weekend, or sometime this week I will drop it first to give you guys a sneak peek. By the way, I'm doing an Instagram giveaway for 2,000 followers. Definitely go check out my Instagram at Josh's Comics 01 to see how you can enter and win a couple of free DC and Marvel keys. With that being said, guys, I appreciate you all. If you could hit that like button and please subscribe, it would help me out. Getting close to 500 subscribers. Hit the bell notification button and get notified if you want of my future videos. To everybody who keeps returning, I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are amazing. And to all my new viewers, thank you for jumping in, watching. I appreciate you guys as well. And leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about some of these books. I thought I did well. I don't have a total for you guys. I want to say... I can tell you this. I know from the one, like I said, these couple books I just bought with the Daredevil keys, $190. I probably spent about maybe $250. Maybe a little bit more than that. But overall, I thought it was a great haul. There were great deals to be made, great books to be found if you were looking for them. Tons, like I said, tons of big wall books, great deals. Millhouse with his amazing $2 bins. I'll be excited next year to see what he brings. And yeah. So until next time, guys, stay safe, take care of each other, and as always, we will see you in the next episode of Josh's Comics.